name your dream. Ours was to self-build our house. And that's exactly what we have done.
In this video we're gonna show you how we self-built this modern cabin from scratch in less than 2 months, and how much it has costed us. Get ready! We chose building a light steel framing structure. All the steel used weighs less than 900 kilograms, a bit less than 2,000 pounds, and was built in 9 days. We wanted to have the cabin on top of a raised platform, so it is off the floor to avoid groundwater and humidity, and also to have the option to move it to a different place in case we want to do so in the future. After 2 days of work, we finished the platform, and we're now ready to start the walls. We built them on the floor, and stood them up just the two of us. All the walls were done in 1.5 days. It was now time for the roof. This was probably the most complicated step of the whole build, and at the same time, the one that gave us the biggest sense of accomplishment. All the steel and wood used for this part cost us $2,000, around 1,700 euros, and took us 8 days to put together all the structure. After finishing the steel structure, we moved on to covering the roof with wood. When we designed this cabin, one of the design goals was that we were going to be building it all by ourselves. So all the dimensions and details are thought out to be able to handle the material and build it just the two of us. The weather was being very hard on us, so we were forced to weatherproof the building before cladding the structure. We trimmed the whole exterior with wood strips, so we could attach the weather membrane to it, and will also help with thermal break. At this point, our structure was rain and wind-proofed, and we could finally find shelter while working on the inside. Right after that, we wired the whole cabin up. A light steel framing building is not completed until you clad one of its faces with the structural wood panels. You can pick which face, exterior or interior. We picked to do it on the interior walls, since we will be using these same panels as the interior finish. We insulated the walls and ceiling. This part of the build took us 7 days, and we spent $1,050, around 880 euros. After cladding the interior, we decided that the best way to continue was to cover the front and rear facade, so we could have all the sides of the cabin protected from the weather. Both facades are translucent, using 2 layers of alveolar polycarbonate on each. We started framing the rear facade, where the loft bed goes. The front facade is designed to be 2 full-size doors that completely open the living area to the front garden, extending the feeling of space to the outside. We started by building the upper fixed part. This structural part, along with letting light in, it reinforces the building laterally. Next day, we started building the doors. It was going to be the very first door we ever built. Things were going smoothly with the first one, until we realized we made a mistake taking dimensions down, and made the whole first door smaller. Right after these moments, borders opened again, so we went to pick up our furniture. A few days later, with all the material we needed, the cabin full of moving boxes, and with our confidence recovered, we got back at it. Having all the furniture and moving boxes in such a small space while building did not make things easier, but we got one thing in exchange: our full-size bed. This part took us 8 days of work and costed us $400, around 335 euros. With the cabin already weatherproof, we continued working on the interior. Drilled ventilation holes for the bed area, built the speaker shelf, gave a first coat of varnish, and finalized cladding the kitchen ceiling and walls with wood. Right before cladding the walls, we also plumbed the cabin, made a water pressure test, and also installed the gas line for the kitchen stove and oven. The very last panel. All the electrical installation was now done, and just ready to install the fixtures. This section of work took us around 7 days, and we spent $250 in additional material, around 210 euros. Finally, after a month of work, we were able to start cladding the outside. We went with a sleek black metal cladding, which makes the cabin look very modern and minimal. We started with the roof part and took things panel by panel. Cladding the walls was an easier job, just had to make sure every panel was perfectly planned and aligned with the roof panel above. Some panels had to be cut to fit the side window and to let pipes out for the outdoor shower. Winter heating, we went with a wood-burning fireplace, built a fire-resistant wall section, and installed the chimney working against the rain. We custom-built 2 windows, a top-hang window for the kitchen area that helps moving air out of the kitchen and provides shade to that area while open, and a bottom-hang window in the loft bed area that gives us an open view to the stars at night while lying on bed. This part of the process took us a total of 10 days, and we spent $800, around 670 euros. With all the exterior completely finished, we started working on the interior cabinetry and kitchen. We decided to build it all custom, so we could use every inch of space we have got. The layout is clear. On one side, a full floor-to-ceiling cabinet module that will have all our clothes, groceries, a hidden breakfast table, a hidden fridge, the toilet room, and the batteries for our solar system. On the other side, a full-scale kitchen, with a solid wood countertop, 2 doors and 3 large drawers, along with a gas oven stove combo. Total time for this part was 8 days, and total cost was $900, around 750 euros. Final cost for this cabin is $5,400, around 4,500 euros, and it took us a total of 48 working days to complete it up to this stage. We will continue sharing the interior finishing work and the installation of the off-grid solar system in the next episodes of the Cabin Build series. This cabin will be our home for the next years, while we build our future projects, that will also be documented in this channel. Subscribe to follow along. Also, we are happy to announce that today, after weeks of hard work while building, we released the structural kit, that along with the architectural layout kit, will provide you with all the dimensions and structural details necessary in case that you want to replicate this design. Both available in our website for €49.99 each, around $60 US.